Welcome back to my channel. I am Lamborghini C. I'm here with another video and a follow-up to my previous video around goal setting for the new year. So the previous video you may want to check out, I talk about the process that I go through, which is the process of reflection and going through month to month and really identifying or writing down those significant things that have happened or transpired over the course of the last year. I take some time, I sit and I meditate on those things, both the good and the bad things, and it helps me provide some focus for myself on what I want to focus on going into the new year and the goals that I actually want to set. So, first of all, I think that goals are is one of setting goals is one of the most important things that you can do for yourself. There's a few advantages. One, it helps you outline and identify where you want to go. It's going to make it easier for you to track your progress. And again, it's hard to you know to move forward if you're not tracking where you're going or what it is that you're doing. It creates the roadmap for your life, right? So that you can stick to, again, those goals that you set for yourself. And as you're moving throughout the year, opportunities may come your way. And you can even go to your goals list and really do kind of some introspective work and some checks and balances to see, hey, does this opportunity align with the current goals that I have set for myself? Or will it fit in, or will it conflict with some of the goals that I've actually outlined that I said I want to achieve, for this year? So having that checks and balances can really help keep you on pace for a great year. You're going to want to, again, sit down. I think for myself personally, I like to compartmentalize my goals. So, at least over the more recent years, I've started to outline my goals in a way where I identify what it is that I want to accomplish in target areas in my life. And that has been for me spirituality and mindset. And I list the goals that I have, under in that particular category. Then I move on to health. What are some of the fitness and health goals that I have for myself? And I list them out under that section. Next, I go to relationships. And I really think about some of the goals that I want to set for myself for my relationships moving forward. If there's new relationships that I want to build and grow, and really finding ways to strengthen the relationships that I have, and making sure that I'm holding myself accountable to really being that great family member, that great cousin, that great friend, that great life partner, and the things that are necessary to do, and to keep up to make sure that that happens. I know for many of us who are focused on business goals and financial success, sometimes we can take for granted the people that are in our lives. And so again, it helps actually writing it down and having a place to really revisit, to really check yourself to see, am I staying true to the things that I said I was going to do? And measure yourself frequently throughout the year. Next, I move on to my financial/investment goals, and I list everything in that category underneath that. And in that category, it may range from new streams of income, new businesses that I'm, set out to create, or how I may want to develop a current business strategy or initiative that I'm working on. It may also include like partnerships that are needed to be able to make sure that those things grow and work, effectively in the way that I want them to grow. And then under that category, all of the categories, sometimes I list subcategories within them. So under that finance and investments category, I also listed for myself trading, because I started trading a little over a year ago. Doing some day trading, sometimes, I hop in week to week or what have you, and take a look at the market and just, see if I have and urging to actually jump into a trade, I will, and that's a whole nother process that I go through to, to make sure that I feel comfortable of the outcome for that particular trade. But I have a subcategory underneath my finance and investment goals around trading as well. I also have a subcategory around retirement and like what I want to save for retirement in that year and where I want to see my accounts from a dollar monetary perspective. I list that as well because I want to see that number. So as I'm getting like halfway through the year and I start looking at my retirement accounts, I check to see, look, am I on target to actually hit the number that I, projected or said that I want to hit for year end? And that allows me to measure and reset. So if I see that I'm off, then I know I need to step it up. I may need to get another stream of income. I may need to, get with my financial planner and just make sure we're aligned with the financial strategy that, that she's working for me, and really adjust and make sure it happens. I also have a savings category, and I actually list out a monetary dollar amount that I want to see in my savings. And again, I go through that same thought process of doing that checks and balances and that review process to measure, am I really on target to hit that number this year? Or do I need to rebalance some things or revamp some things to make sure that, hey, that I get there? And then I have another category that I write goals for, and that includes really just my well-being. And so included in that, I actually write down like places I want to travel. I sit down and try to project for the year, like, whether it's like for last year, I wrote, I want to have one fun event or getaway per quarter. And I definitely did. I think I overachieved in that category a little bit, but I definitely did that. I have a friend that lives in another state, so I actually listed, hey, I want to make it a point to go and visit, that friend. Also a getaway trip that I wanted to actually have, and I listed, because I wasn't quite sure, I listed a couple different locations that I wanted to visit and view. But again, this really helps me keep staying focused. And one of the tricks or tips that I actually use to help with that, because I am busy and in the hustle and bustle and on the go, I actually document this in my phone. I simply just use the Word app, and I go ahead and make sure that I actually list those goals in my phone. And they are with me at all times, because we know we keep our phones with us all the time. And so, again, at any point through the year, I can just open up my phone and I'm looking at my 22 goals right now, right? And I can look at, for spiritual and mindset, am I doing these things? So just a few examples, and some of these things I probably will carry over into 2023. But for 2022, I'll share with you under spirituality and mindset, I listed that I want to pray for 2 hours a day, and that was important to me. And that was something that I could do and break up into integrals throughout the day, in place of just sitting for that straight 2 hours. But that was the way that I was able to actually make sure that I stayed true to that goal. And again, it helped me stay centered and focused. And during my prayer time, I also incorporate some manifestation practices, as well as meditating. And so again, it's very helpful when you're having a busy day to be able to have that checks and balances that, hey, it's time for me to take a break and really get centered and focused on what it is that I'm doing. The other thing is, making sure that I'm doing affirmations around mental growth, and again, meditating at least daily, and committing to one healing or therapeutic bath once every month minimal. And I've also listed under this area books that I want to read or listen to. And those are books that are tied to spiritual growth and self-development. And again, those things help keep me focused. They help keep me on task, and they help keep me, you know, in a space mentally that I'm currently and constantly progressing. And so I encourage you to, again, take a look at your goal setting process, and feel free to take any, the tips or tricks that I use to incorporate in my goal setting process. Again, we all know kind of the standard advice is out there of making sure that your goals are smart, right? Make sure that they're simple, measurable, attainable, that you have times around them, and that they're realistic as well, right? Because, again, you want to make sure that they're things that you are able to attain. And I encourage you, in addition to that, give yourself a little bit of a stretch. Don't be scared because that's the only way that you're going to grow. Actually challenge yourself in some of your goals. You'll be surprised at what you're able to accomplish if you just push yourself. So in your goal setting, list out some goals that are a stretch, some goals that are going to force you to have to gain a new skill or expertise, or maybe take a new class or read a new book that, maybe wouldn't be something that you would read previously, or either to connect with some folks that maybe you ordinarily wouldn't connect with. But those are the things that are going to set you on the road for success going into 2023. Again, thank you for joining my channel. I'm Lamborghini C, and I wish you all the best, and let's get those goals set for 2023 to make it a great year. Bye.